Hi, elementary school kids. Today we're learning about space. In space, there's always positive space and negative space. When you think about space in art, the positive is the object or the figure or the subject that's in a picture. So in this case, the positive space would be this tree, and the negative space is the background, or usually the part of the picture that doesn't have any objects or people. It's just either blank spaces of color or something in the background around the object. So today we're going to think about positive and negative space using a tree. And in the tree, we're going to create patterns. Now this was done with glue, and we're going to use watercolor paint to fill in the color parts of this picture. So let's get started. Today you're going to need a piece of paper, your watercolors, a cup of water and a brush, a pencil, a marker, and if you want to try this glue technique, you can, or we can just do this with crayons. So if you have glue, you're welcome to use glue, but you don't have to today. So I'm going to do both versions for you today. All right, let's get started. Take your paper and you're going to fold your paper in half. Okay. Line up the corners and then push down to get your fold. Open it back up, and I'm just going to tape it. There we go. Now you can draw with pencil, but I'm going to draw with a marker, so that way you guys can see better what I'm doing. All right, so the first thing is, let's make two rectangles. This does not have to be perfectly straight. See, mine is not perfectly straight. So I have my two rectangles. Start at the bottom of your paper and make a line that goes straight up and comes out. So this is going to be the tree trunk. We're going to do that on both sides. Okay. I'll tape this down better for you. Okay. So you did your two lines for the tree trunk on both sides. Now, start on one side and make a sort of like a V shape, a big V, but it goes, notice that we're going to change the sizes of the V shape. Little V, big V, little V, big V, little v. So we have the basic shape of the tree here. Okay, and it's okay if you went outside the lines. We're going to do that same thing on this side. So little V shape, big V shape, a little V shape, a big V shape, little V, big V, little V, big V. Okay, so there is no right or wrong answer here. All trees look different. So now we have two trees in a rectangle shape. The first one, we're going to put patterns inside the space around the tree. So we're going to put patterns in the negative space. Okay, we're going to do that first. So by patterns, let's use crayons. So I'm in the background, and I'm going to pick a pattern to do. I'm going to do a zigzag pattern. Now I'm not doing inside the tree because I'm only doing the negative space, the background. I'm going to change colors now, and I'm going to change my pattern. So how about some wavy lines in this space? And I'm going to change my color, and I'm going to do some long waves. Just changing up the pattern and the color a little bit. But I'm still only in the background or the negative space. Now I still have these negative spaces to do around the tree branches. And I'm going to change colors as I go. So I'm going to do polka dots in this section as my pattern. And maybe I'll repeat that pattern again. I'll put polka dots in this section. And let's see, what else could I do? How about some oop, that's red again. I want a different color. How about yellow? So now I'm going to do some swirls. And what else should I do? How about just my favorite, diagonal lines? Okay, so now I did just the negative space, which is the space around the object in the picture, which is the tree. So now I'm going to, on this side, focus on the positive space only, and that would be inside the tree. So we're going to put these patterns on the inside this time. So I'm going to take my polka dots, and this time I'm inside. Okay, I'm ready to switch. How about some of those nice yellow swirls? And how about those diagonal lines? Slanted lines. And there's my wavy lines. last one is purple with my loopy lines. Okay, so now you could have done this like I showed you in the beginning. These patterns could have been done with glue. So I'm going to show you what it would look like if you did it with glue. This is with crayons, and then this one is with the glue. So I did the exact same thing. I just did all my swirls and diagonal patterns, polka dots and everything. I did it with glue. So you would do that on the negative space, which is in the background, and you would do that on the positive space, which is the tree. So there's two ways you could do that. Both ways we're going to use watercolor paint. Okay, so the first one, take your watercolor paint, and we're only going to be painting the background negative space here. So make sure that you put a lot of water inside your watercolor paints, because that activates the paint. That's what makes the paint work right. You have to make sure you put a lot of water in each section, so that way we're ready to go. Okay, so I'm going to take my paint and go watery right on top of each section pattern, and then in between colors, make sure you wash your brush. Otherwise all your colors will mix together. I'm going right on top of that part, washing my brush because I'm about to switch colors. Whoa. Whoa. So notice between each one, I wash my brush in between each different color that I change. Now, you did the negative space, which is the background, and you left the tree, which is the positive space. You leave that white. Now on this side, we're going to do just the tree. So each part, go over with a different color and switch colors. As you go, you could switch colors. Okay, and then this side is the positive space, because this is the tree you filled in, and this is the main subject, so that's the positive space. And we're leaving the negative space, which is the background, white. So that's how it would look if you did this with crayon and watercolor. And let's see how it would look with the glue. We're going to do the same thing.